رافي توكس هاي الحلقة معظمها على كونغ فو باندا 4. رح يكون لنا لقاء مع مخرج الفيلم مايك ميتشل، ورح ندخل إلى ما وراء الكواليس. نجمة يوفوريا سيدني سويني رح تخبرنا على فيلمها الجديد Immaculate. فكرة تحويل الألعاب المشهورة لأفلام مو جديدة، بس يمكن رجعت تنتشر بشكل كبير بآخر 4 سنوات بسبب النجاح المادي والانتشار السريع والقاعدة الجماهيرية. سوبر ماريو من أول الألعاب اللي تحولت الفيلم. كلنا متفقين أنه شهرة هاي الألعاب هي اللي تحولهم الأفلام، بالمقابل نجاح هاي الأفلام يزيد الإقبال على مبيعات الفيديو جيمز. بعد أسبوع واحد من عرض فيلم ماريو زاد الإقبال على شراء اللعبة ب 89%، وهاي بحسب بيانات منصة جيم سايت. تخيلوا سوبر ماريو بروز وندر باعوا منها 4.3 مليون نسخة خلال أسبوعين بس من إطلاق الفيلم. المهم، بعد النجاح الكبير لفيلم ذا سوبر ماريو بروس موفي اللي نزل بال 2023، تستعد نينتندو لطرح فيلمهم الجديد عن ماريو بال 2026. الفيلم الأخير حقق أكثر من 1.3 مليار دولار بمختلف أنحاء العالم، وعلى المركز الثاني بعد فيلم باربي. وأكيد بعد كل هاي الفلوس اللي سووه طبيعي يخليهم يفكرون بجزء جديد اللي ليه هسه ماكو أي تفاصيل عنه. very secretive. العرض العالمي الأول لفيلم الرعب Immaculate واللي صدر بس من أيام، يعني إذا حابين تشوفوه go ahead. بشكل عام نجمة الفيلم سيدني سويني تعيش مرحلة نجاح كبيرة بالفترة الأخيرة، خاصة بعد مسلسلها الأشهر يوفوريا اللي زود نجوميتها. She is absolutely on fire.
It's a miracle. You are with child.
جمهور يوفوريا كانوا حابين يشوفون سويني بفيلم رعب من زمان، وما كانوا عارفين انه هي جايه تحضر لهذا الفيلم. سيدني تلعب شخصيه الراهبه سيسيليا، هي راهبه امريكيه شابه تنتقل العيش بدير منعزل بايطاليا، وتكتشف انه اكو اسرار مرعبه لازم تواجهها. سويني خبرتنا عن اللي جذبها للشخصية اللي قدمتها، وعن دورها كمنتجة وتعاونها مع المخرج مايكل موهان.
When I first read the script, I was terrified. Sydney was going to be making this film with or without me, and I just wanted to love it. And when I opened it and sat down to watch it, to read it all the way through, the thing that struck me was there are some reveals in this movie that are truly shocking and completely took me by surprise. And so I just knew I had to be a part of it.
Please help me. We have to leave.
The thing that people don't see that I see is just how much love she has for the crew. She shows up always, beyond on time, but more importantly, like she knows everybody's name. She knows what their jobs are. And I think everybody just loves the fact that, she has such respect for them. My job is to inspire everybody to do their best work, and to have someone like that by my side, it just makes that job even easier.
Shuffling.
I love working with Michael. He is such an incredible collaborator. He truly listens and he respects other people's ideas and opinions. And we've kind of just grown up in this industry together in the last 6-7 years. And I always feel like I have a voice in the room with him, and we see the same picture usually. Like, we see the same vision of what we want a film to be. I love that she just takes such unexpected twists and turns. She finds this inner raw rage and emotion that you would never expect her to have. I loved my character's storyline. She goes through such a transformation. It's such a crazy arc. And I love horror films, and I thought that it was such a unique and terrifying look into the world.
Out of all the women in the world, why did he choose me?
I think it's really important for women and young creatives to have a seat at the table to be able to voice their ideas, help problem solve, and be a part of the creative process. I love it.
أخيراً رجع لعشاقه من جديد كونغ فو باندا 4، الفيلم اللي يقدم شخصيات جديدة إلى جانب شخصيات الفيلم المعروفة اللي كلنا حبيناها. وينضم للجزء الرابع المخرج مايك ميتشل اللي كان إليه لقاء خاص وياه.
What do I know about being a spiritual leader?
What is it you're holding?
A cookie?
You were chosen to become something more than you already are.
What a beautiful action, and the humor, it's phenomenal in this film. You know, this is such an iconic and cultural character. This movie specifically, it's a departure from the previous three. Was it an easy decision to make?
Not at first, because I think it's what took so long for it to get to the big screen is we wanted to make sure that we had the right story to tell. We didn't just want to make another one. We wanted to make sure that this was really going to build upon the franchise and continue the journey for Poe. But once we honed in on that story and honed in on the spectacular villain, which is a big part of this franchise, we felt really confident. Like I was surrounded with so many brilliant artists and animators. It became really fun.
Mike, you have been waiting for a very long time to direct this film.
That's right.
You were waiting for the right story. Why is this one is the special one or the right one for you?
So many reasons. One, because I just found that I really like the theme of this.
Yeah.
And Poe has leveled up. He's the dragon warrior. What else could happen? Well, he's got to level up again. And he thinks that means leaving a part of himself behind. And I just think that theme is like really interesting for all ages. Like even kids moving from grade school to junior high or junior high to high school can be filled with anxiety. Or you and I going from job to job or moving from house to a location to another location. We get filled with a lot of anxiety. And I hope that people get from this story that like moving on, embracing change, it's a good thing. We're not losing anything of who we were. We're just adding to it. We're maybe becoming something better. So that's really inspirational to me. And I think a lot of people can relate to that.
You absolutely did a great job.
Thanks.
Of course, we have to speak about the new camera techniques we saw in this film. Like, we have never seen it in any other animation film.
Well, it's really interesting because a lot of things evolved and the technology evolves. These characters look like they're lit so well. They're so furry. It feels like that fur is really there. It feels like you could pet them through the screen. But and all the sound and all the effects have evolved. But at the same time, these camera techniques that we've seen in live action films, and it's I specifically think of like the GoPro, and how handy that is. The team called it the GoPo.
That's amazing, guys.
It's very silly, but the GoPo camera, we're like, wow, we've seen this in so many other live action films. I've never seen it in a Kung Fu Panda film, so we brought that into this one, which was fun. And then furthermore, not just the camera techniques, but Kung Fu itself, fighting techniques have evolved, and we're like, oh, let's evolve that as well. So it was really inspirational for all of us to just like crank this one up and make it as big as we could for the big screen.
Of course, I have to ask you about Jack Black, James Hong, and the rest of the cast. What was it like having them on board for this film?
Jack is Poe. He could do the high kicks. He could do the Kung Fu. He's also a super fan. Like he's a real, just like Poe is a fan of everyone around him. And he's so funny. The one thing that I worry about him and Awkwafina, I don't think people realize since they're both so funny, that they're really terrific actors. They're making choices. They're really digging into their characters and getting into it. And even though it's an animated film, these guys are really dedicated to their craft. It's hard,
in my opinion. Like you have to pretend doing something and you're not acting. You know?
Yeah, and not to mention Kung Fu, and you have to stay in front of the microphone. You can't move around. So it's like, it's almost more exhausting.
Very challenging. Mike, congratulations again. And I'm really excited for everybody to watch it very soon.
Right on, thanks.
Impressive. الفايت سينز بالانيميشن فيلمز are done in a completely different way. دان تاي هو مصمم ومسؤول على مشاهد الحركة والقتال بفيلم كونغ فو باندا 4 واللي رح يكشف لنا شلون حضروا لهذا الفيلم. دان, I'm so happy to have you on Raffi Talks.
Thank you. Thanks
You
for having
worked
me.
so hard today.
I'm sorry, I'm a little sweaty.
No,
Thanks
amazing.
for
It was
coming.
so impressive. I truly enjoyed it, but at the same time, I didn't understand what was happening. I see cardboard, cables, so many things in one place.
Yeah.
Can you explain what exactly happening?
It's really confusing because a lot of people don't understand. Like sometimes my guys don't understand. So it's literally what happens is the movie is the animation. We're not really filming a live action of it, but we're trying to give a reference or like spark some ideas for the film. And then they can pick and choose like what they like. They might copy it exactly, or they just might take another idea and then piggyback on that idea and go something else. So we're just pretty much giving them options. So for instance, like right here, what we're doing is the stingray fight.
Yes.
And the notes they give me is like, you know, Poe fights the stingray that comes out of the water and they fight in the air and then we have to figure out a way to tie him up and stuff like that. So you have to be creative, right?
Correct.
So obviously we're not going to go to the ocean and really shoot something. So we have to we pretty much have to shoot a narrative where they can understand it. And that's kind of up to me that, you know, I had to be able to shoot it and edit it to tell that story.
So this movie, it was motion capture or it was completely drawing?
Yeah, so that's where a lot of people don't understand. Like real films, they do motion capture. We get in the suit and you have the balls on there.
Exactly.
Exactly.
It's like acting and then they change.
It's like acting. So they actually do the movement and then they use their actual movement and draw on top of that.
Correct.
This one is not. So like we're not using the actual people in the movie. We're just showing them how to
Inspiration.
draw. Yeah, inspiration or how to draw because they don't know, you know, all the different angles and movement of how they would move. So like we're giving them a guideline, a reference.
I know working on Kung Fu Panda 4, it's not an easy task.
No.
What was the biggest challenges that you faced?
In the animation world, like you can do anything, right? So you just have to really open up your mind and just trying to give like fun new ideas. Sometimes they'll give you the storyboards and then we're trying to copy that and then give ideas on top of the storyboard. Or sometimes they'll just say like, look, bulls are chasing them through a city, just like, you know, come up with some gags and stuff. So we really have to just think like, and again, it's not an easy movie. Like for instance, like action movie where you just hit and run and all this stuff. Yeah, so like these things
be creative.
Be creative. So like they can like Poe running across the roof and then he jumps onto a flying kite and they're, you know, stuff like that. That's not physically in live action film that you probably would stay away with because it's just too much work to figure out.
Working with Mike, what was it like and being part of this incredible and iconic franchise?
The whole Kung Fu Panda team is incredible. Like this was like a dream come true because again, I was such a huge fan of Kung Fu Panda series and like, you know, Rebecca Huntley came and talked to me and Mary Quinn, the producers.
Was it easy to work with Mike?
Yeah, they're great. Yeah, because like he's just so open to, you know, new ideas. Yeah, and he doesn't frown upon anything. So it was really cool. It's just a creative collaboration with not just them, but the entire team. They're just great.
Thank you so much for having me. I truly enjoyed it. I look forward to do many more things.
Yeah, no, thank you for having us. You know, we had a lot of fun and show you a little bit what we can do.
I love the movie, by the way. It's really nice.
It's great, right? It's such a good movie. But here's the one thing. Did you see the skadoosh in the movie?
Absolutely.
All right.
Skadoosh?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're going to have to learn that before you go, though.
Really?
So, yes. So here you go. This staff
How long is it going to take me to learn this?
Oh, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. You were pretty fit. I think you can figure it out. Here, let me show you. Why don't we step back here?
So you have to do this?
Yes. This is the new like Poe little skadoosh finger, right? So exactly, hold it just like that. And what you're gonna do is just gonna roll it around your hand like this. Good?
I got that one.
Got it? Got it? All right. So from there, after you roll it, come grab it, and you're gonna do this flower. Spin.
Okay.
Stir the pot, right?
Yes.
Spin that walk, come back, and skadoosh.
Raffi Talks. نتفليكس فيلمها الجديد دامزل اللي يعتمدوا بيه على اسلوب دامزل ان ديستريس او الفتاة بخطر، ويحكي عن فتاة شابة ما عندها القوة الكافية بس يخلوها بمأزق خطير مع وحش وتحتاج الى بطل ذكر لإنقاذها. بس نتفليكس حورت القصة وحتى تسوي شيء جديد، لغت فكرة الشاب المنقذ، يعني الفتاة نفسها هي بطلتنا الوحيدة.
Run from me, darling. You better run for your
فيلمنا عن إلودي اللي لعبت دورها نجمة سترينجر ثينجز ميلي بابي براون، فتاة شجاعة وذكية توافق على زواج من أمير وسيم قبل ما تعرف إنه هذا الزواج هو فخ كبير وراح يخليها تواجه تنين لوحدها وبدون مساعدة أي أحد، حتى خطيبها غدر بها. الواضح إنه القصة مو خيالية وإنما قصة نسوية عن قوة المرأة واستقلالها. زين، ليش جاي أقول هذا الحكي؟ لأنه الفيلم جاي يقدم الزواج على أنه تضحية بشرية ويشوفنا شلون فتاة خاضعة لرغبات عائلتها الجديدة.
A tradition going back centuries. A legacy of honor and duty you now inherit.
من ناحية المبدأ الفكرة عظيمة، بس سيناريو الفيلم استخدم نفس الكليشيهات الذكورية بس المرة هذه قدمها امرأة. بمعنى الفيلم كان عبارة عن تقليد أعمى لأفلام الأكشن الذكورية القديمة، يعني ما قدموا ولا شيء جديد.
Every innocent woman.
يعني إلودي المراهقة من اللحظة اللي وقعت بالكهف تحولت لبطلة تشبه جون ماكلين بروس ويلس بسلسلة أفلام داي هارد.
want to play a game with Lieutenant McLean.
يعني مستحيل أنا كمتفرج أقدر أصدق هذا التحول المفاجئ للشخصية البريئة اللي أساساً ما تلقت أي تدريب وجاي تواجه أشخاص مو عاديين، تنين خارق القدرات، وهي بالكثير حاملة الفستان اللي لابسته وما عندها أي قدرات خارقة غير إيمانها بنفسها.
I smell it in your blood.
يا مخرج طول بالك علينا. بالنسبة إلي لو تم تقديم الشخصية بطريقة مختلفة دوافع مقنعة أكثر كان أكيد يطلع فيلم أفضل بكثير، بس السيناريو هذا ضعيف جدا، مع العلم أنه السينما قدمت نساء قويات ومحاربات بطرق رائعة. باختصار كنت متوقع نتيجة أفضل من مخرج الفيلم هوان كارلوس فريسناديو اللي أخرج أعمال مهمة مثل 28 Weeks Later، وبالحقيقة فيلم الجديد دامزل ممكن يكون موجه للفتيات بعمر ال12 بس أبدا ما نقدر نصنفه إنه للكبار. غير السيناريو السيء المؤثرات البصرية ما كانت جيدة أبدا وكأنهم مسويها بسنة 2000. بس أبشركم أكو شيء حبيته بالفيلم واللي هو الطريقة اللي استخدموا بها الإضاءة بداخل الكهف، طريقة عرض التنين. الفيلم باختصار عن مراهقة حملوها قوة شوارتزنيغر وستالون وبروس ويلس. أكيد صرتوا تعرفون إنه أنا كريم، فرح نطيله 2.5 out of 5. سلسلة كونغ فو باندا من الأفلام اللي ممكن تشوفوه بأي وقت وراح تستمتعون بكل لحظة، وانصحكم تشوفوه مع الفاميلي، بس أهم شيء لا تنسون البوب كورن.
It is time to take the next step on your journey.
I'm not going to be the dragon warrior anymore.
You will advance to spiritual leader of the Valley of Peace.
الجزء الرابع من السلسلة ما يختلف هواية عن الأفلام السابقة، صحيح إنه هو الأقل ميزانية من بين الأجزاء وكلف 85 مليون دولار فقط، بس لا تشيلون هم، نجح وطلع فلوسه بعد أول أسبوع.
Inner peace.
Keep your surf off my turf.
Dinner, please. Dinner with peas in a sesame soy glaze.
This is not working at all.
حبيت شلون الفيلم الرابع حافظ على العناصر اللي ساهمت بنجاح الأفلام الأولى بس مع بعض الاختلافات البسيطة. حبيت الكوميديا بشخصية بو، وأكيد حبيت الفايت سينز اللي كانت ممتعة وشلون كل حيوان يستخدم مهارات مناسبة لطبيعته.
Once I possess the kung fu of every master villain, no one will dare question my power.
Not even the great Dragon Warrior.
الشرير اللي بالفيلم الفيلن دائما مميز بسلسلة كونغ فو باندا، وبهذا الجزء قدموا لنا شرير جديد، والحلو بيه انه يقدر يتحول الى اي شخصية حتى الى بو نفسه، لكن رغم قدرته الخارقة بالنهاية كان شخص ضعيف جدا.
You finally met your match, chameleon.
We're not so different.
you and I.
من أهم عناصر النجاح هي المشاهد البصرية الغنية كثير. مشاهد الأكشن والقتال بهذا الجزء إمبرسيف والفيجوالز مبهرة، واستخدموا حركات كاميرا جديدة لأول مرة تخليك تحس وكأنك بمكان بو نفسه. حبيت شلون ضافوا شخصية جديدة بالفيلم واللي هو الثعلب جين. الشخصية تلعب دورها أكوافينا وترافق بو برحلته.
What is this place?
The best crooks and criminals live here.
You're a wanted criminal?
You sound surprised. Is it surprising?
الفيلم مختلف عن الأجزاء الأولى، وحبيت الكومبينيشن بشخصيات أكوافينا وجاك بلاك بيرفكت بادي كوميدي. إذا نقارن الجزء الجديد الرابع بالأجزاء السابقة فالمقارنة مو من صالح الجزء الرابع، يعني جوكس بالأفلام الأولى كانت أفضل بالنسبة إلي، واللحظات المؤثرة وربطنا بشخصية بو كان أقوى بالأجزاء الأولى.
Now you kids be careful of those fireworks.
Violence makes our tummies tingle.
Why should we help you? We can take down the chameleon together.
بالنهاية كونغ فو باندا 4 فيلم عائلي لطيف ولازم تشوفوه، لأنه من نوعية الأفلام اللي ما يحتاج له تفكير عميق. It's a very light movie. حلو كثير تشوفوه لأنه perfect for family. تقييمي لهذا الفيلم 3.5 out of 5. Thanks for watching and see you next week on Blinks.